Larson on the inside of the 20.
And these points matter.
And they are on drastically different strategies. Big lap count differences between when Bell pitted versus the two Hendrick cars.
That's 2 points right there that Christopher Bell will not get.
Here's the question, fellas. Top box, Blaney and Keselowski. Blaney kind of telegraphed it earlier. He said this guy's going to get blasted in a moment. How aggressive, Steve, is he going to be on these closing 9 laps to try and maximize the stage points?
So it's interesting because I don't think points really matter to the 12. It's a must-win situation, so he just needs to decide. I know he's frustrated, but it's really worth roughing up the 6 if that's what it takes to go by. I actually think Blaney knows that, although as the 11 closes in on the rear bumper of the 12, his irritation may go up. But I just think the 12 needs to be very careful. I know he wants to go by, but with nearly half the race left, I don't think you want to, create a fresh enemy right away.
I agree with that. I think clearly you want to win any stage you can win, because if they're dropping a checker flag, you want to be there first. But having track position to win the race is what's on Blaney's mind. He's got a good pit crew, a top 10 pit crew in this series. Bring this car down pit road at the stage end. Let those guys do their job.
What a moment of pride for Brad Keselowski, being out in front here at Martinsville, a place where he's won numerous times, part of the ownership structure now at RFK Racing, and his influence on that organization has been refreshing and different, and to be making some calls back at base and then being behind the wheel, that's a special time, Marty, for him.
Yeah, Lee, I talked to Matt McCullough's crew chief this morning. He said, we've had speed in the playoffs. We haven't had execution. Today, it is execution. So, Steve, give me a grade on the top 3 here. They stayed out when everyone else pitted at 186. They stayed out, and their last pit stop, 134. Hamlin, for example, was 10th when that happened. Right now, sitting 3rd with 4 to go in this stage.
Well, he's going to get points, which is good. So that's a positive grade for the 11. Now, the problem for the 11 is looking at what looks like a must-win. He's not as good as the 12 or the 6 on the same strategy. So the strategy got his track position, but now it's time for Chris Gabehart and Denny Hamlin to find what this 11 car is missing to get those next few spots.
Coca-Cola on board shows us that Denny is still alive. He's still in this. There is still a glimmer of hope and a chance after setting the pace yesterday, having a really fast FedEx number 11, and then a piece of rubber affected the throttle. Throttle got caught, got hung up, and he did a very good job of damage limitation right here, down into turn 3, spun the car, put it in backwards, and the 11 team at Joe Gibbs Racing did a really great job. They worked until the early hours last evening to get the car ready, to get it to pass tech, got it race ready, looking good, and the rest has been up to Hamlin to drive his way through this field. Final lap of stage 2. Well done, Brad Keselowski. Has not won a stage this year, but he has now. The RFK racing forward to the top ahead of Blaney, Hamlin, Larson, and William Byron.